Three, two, one. Half. Action.
No, what?
Can't hear you, Eric.
Couldn't hear us?
No, we can't hear Eric. Eric,
Okay, how
Okay.
about now? Can you hear
we
me
heard
better?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Sorry, we're working on it. Last time I did a class on big windows, and I had an awful lot of people ask. I'm not sure what this petals natural and black is all about. So we're gonna do a little screen share, and give us 1 second here. This one. So if you go into your instrument to the right of your screen, all of you have a button that says Feature Clear.
Feature clear? Yeah, yeah, we have a. Yeah.
You're cutting out again, Eric. Hold on. Technical difficulties. Can't hear you, Eric. Eric, can't hear you. Okay. Now, while he's doing that, I'm going to, in the chat, for those of you who have a computer, I am going to attach the two attachments that they are screen sharing today. Give me a moment. And let's see. One and two.
Robert,
Yes,
can you hear me now?
I can hear you. Could turn it up a little bit, would be helpful.
Okay, we're back to a regular microphone.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Charge that up.
Yep.
Okay, so folks, what I did while they were switching out microphones is in the chat, I uploaded two attachments, which is what they just screen shared. So if you have a computer and you're able to download it from there, that's fine. And what I'm going to do tonight, should I say, when I post this class in the YouTube video, I'm going to put a link there, and then you'll be able to download those two files. So go tonight to the YouTube channel when you see it, and then go into the description, and there'll be a link. When you click on that link, it'll open up the option to download those two files that you see. All right. So we're going to make that a little bit easier for you to get to. All right, Eric, it's all yours.
Okay, thank you. We're going to go back to screen sharing then. I'm sorry we had a microphone difficulty. So if you go to Feature Clear and press that button, you're going to, as I said, have 11 pages of features. When you get to page 9, this is what it should look like. Now, if you have a sensation or a performer, you will not have petals natural and black, and we can explain to you how to go over that. But so as you look here, you can see we're gone to petals natural and black. And if you look where it says touch bar, for example, You could do that on some instruments, or foot switches you could do on all of the instruments. But if you'll look, you'll see that any of those features can be put on pedals and or kick switches. So you have, here we come. So we have glide, sustain, FX, tap, tempo, start, stop. Now I used start, stop when I played Besame Mucho. I don't know if you caught that. When I first started, there was no rhythm, and then at one point I stepped on a pedal and suddenly there was one. And then I also used number 6, transpose up, on the black pedals. So as you're playing along, all you need to do is hit the black pedal and you just transposed up. If you have a smaller instrument, or we'll use a sensation or performer as an example, you would simply go to the left foot switch or right foot switch and be able to put any of these same features on. Like, for example, number 20 would be the light show. So kind of a cool way when you finish playing your song, you could kick your foot switch or step on a pedal, and there's the light show as your ending goes on. So go back to the gallery view so we can see. So if you're doing, and you're putting this stuff on page 9, you'll see that one of the things that's going to come up is it's going to say pedal controllers. They must be on. And also, you need to make sure that your pedals off button next to your power switch is not on. Otherwise, it can't work. Say that again? Okay. So again, what I'm saying is when you use pedals natural and black, or you put it on the kick switch, you must turn on the controllers. You'll see it at the bottom right part of the page. All right. And you need to make sure that your pedals off button is not on. Otherwise, if you can't hear your pedals when you push them, this is not going to work. Then to add to that a little bit, yeah, you're going to have a situation where you're going to need to go potentially to page 7. And when you go to page 7, what you're going to end up seeing there is set splits. So you need to make sure that you'd like the pedals, all of them, to do this for you, so you don't have to look at a specific pedal. Or if you are a pedal player, you can say, well, I'm going to leave the first 2 octaves to be pedals that I'm going to play as bass pedals, and I'm going to use the pedals on the right to do these kind of fun features. So let me start off by asking, do we have anybody that has a question? This is a group. Right, I see a hand. Top right? No, I saw one for a minute.
I can hear me?
Jerry, I hear you.
Yeah, okay. Are you going to show us how to do just those upper pedals for the controller and keep the bass pedals down below? Because I tried it on my Imperial and I couldn't make it work.
Okay. So, yeah, let's do that for a minute. So I am looking at page 7. Are you by your instrument?
No, I'm not. I'm sorry.
All right. No, not a big deal. So if you, again, hit feature clear and then go to page 7, you're going to see it says set splits. And what you're going to see in the screen is you're going to see on the very bottom of your screen, you're going to see your entire pedal board. And on the top of your screen, you're going to see the lower keyboard. So if you just touch with your foot where you want to have your pedals to play as pedals versus as controllers, once you've selected which ones you want, you just touch feature clear again, and that locks it in until you turn off your organ. Did that help you with that?
Yeah, I sure did. That was the part that I was missing.
Okay, good. Do we have other questions? Doesn't look like it. All right, so I'm going to move on. So again, if you're wanting to use these pedals as controllers, then again, you're going to make sure that you've selected page 9. Now, of the 11 pages, we were going to go through some of the other ones as well, but you see, for example, here on the, come down a little bit, our pedals natural and black on the very bottom of the screen share, you see it says left foot switch. That doesn't mean left foot switch. It means natural pedal. All right, and those are the long pedals. And right now it has sound effects in there. If you touch sound effects and scroll, you're going to get those 20 some odd other choices that were in there. On the right side where it says right foot switch, that's a boo-boo too. By the way, these are right out of the owner's manual. And so that would be your black pedals. And again, I like to use transpose up, but all of that is your choice. Maybe you want sound effects, maybe you want some other stuff, but all of it's that simple. But if you don't turn on the button that currently says off after the word pedal controllers, it's not going to work. Okay, so you guys with me on that? Okay. All right. So moving on for just a minute, let's again talk about what you can put on there. The most popular for me, no question, is I love to put start stop, because when I use start stop, I can set it up with the introduction. I can play, you know, a couple lines and then all of a sudden touch the pedal. Here comes the intro and it sounds great. And then if you want to create some fun effects, you can just stop it in the middle and you can keep playing. So I'm going to show you real quickly what I'm talking about, and I'm going to hand the mic to Andrew. I've selected Ballroom Latin. I have pedals natural and black on as start stop, and then the black one's going to be transpose up. So now I've stopped it. I'm going to turn on my intro button in advance, and here we go. Step on a pedal. Stepped on a pedal again and it stops it. I'm going to continue. And then I can step on it again so that I don't have to have the fade out or the standard endings, 1 or 2, and I can just stop it. And so it makes it kind of a different way of playing, and it makes it kind of fun, something different to do. Okay, so we're doing something here. Any questions on what we're doing so far? No? Okay, so I'm going to change subjects for a little bit, and we're going to go to page 8. And on page 8, you're going to see what says V pedal setting. So your volume pedal, and you can see it on the screen here. And what's happening here is you have options. You have the option of setting the volume for the background, your whole band, but now you can tell it. You see on the bottom of the screen there, it says style and bass sounds through the volume pedal. If you touch the word through and scroll, it will change it to bypass. And so now you control the entire volume of the orchestra with your master volume switch, but you control the sounds of what you're playing with your right hand with your expression pedal. So if you're a solo artist, you can tell the band, hey, back off. I'm going to play as loud or as soft as I want, all by touching it. So how confused are we? We don't know yet. All right. So I'm going to give you an example of that. I go to V pedal setting. I am telling it I want to bypass. I'm going to increase the volume level on, you'll see on that page, he had the volume level at 85. I'm going to increase it to 100 just for giggles. And now we'll play that same song and let you get that feel. The background is again controlled by the master volume. The artist is playing the sounds I want. I'm going to use the piano just for fun. And you'll be able to hear the difference. So again, you're able to control how soft or how loud the solo artist is based on the expression pedal, whereas the background is controlled completely by your master volume. So let's start there. Any questions on that one? I see Art Bishop has a question. Art? Oh, he does not have a question. Sorry, I was just messing with him anyway. Anybody? So how many of you use this feature? Anybody? It's really different, and if you have a big screen instrument, you have that feature on page 8.
Did not know that before. That's good.
Yeah, something different, something to play with, and you'll either fall in love with it or you won't care for it at all. It's one of those. All right, so let's move on to a different program here. You know, when we were on page 9 and we were doing pedals natural and black, again, I want to go back to those instruments that don't have that pedals natural and black. Simply go to the one above that, which is foot switches. And in your foot switches, you can put all of the same things. So right now on your foot switch, you kick to the right for your FX or your fill. You kick to the left for your glide. You no longer need to do that. You can, first of all, you have that same thing. If you have 2 touch bars, that's the natural part on the 2 touch bars anyway. So now you won't need to do that. You can just kick your foot to the left and start and stop your rhythm if that's what you like, or make a light show, or any of those features. Can we go back to those features again? All right, so we're looking for those features again. Here they are. So you have 21 features that you can go to and put either on your pedals, kick switches. If you have 2 touch bars, you can do the same with all your touch bars. What you have to decide is, what do you like to do? All right, and so you can increase or decrease the tempo, which is kind of fun. You can do your endings using kick switch or pedals. You can say no chord. You can do the interesting, if you don't know how to do a diminished chord, the number 16, you can put that on there, whether you kick your switch to the left or you step on a pedal, all of a sudden you're playing a diminished chord. So if you just touch one note, now you're playing that whole thing. So, and you've got your sound effects. You know, if you're playing Old McDonald's, and you want to have cows and chickens and stuff like that, you can do that as well. You have Sustanuto. So if you're a piano player and you really like Sustanuto, where you can hold some notes open, and you can do that again by touching a pedal. Fake it if you like to do that. Light show. A lot of people seem to like to finish with the light show and just have fun with it. So, all right. So, go back to, we can see them. So, any questions about the big window stuff, period? Just everybody here. So, no questions about the big one? Gloria, what can I answer for you? I think you're going to have to unmute yourself.
Okay. On that list, what is the difference between the stop start and the auto stop start?
Auto start, that's a great question. The auto start stop, if you touch a note on the keyboard, it's going to start your rhythm again. And I can show you that if you'd like. Right. When we use the start stop button, it's the same thing. Right now, I just touch it and it starts again. But when I use the natural and black, you start stop there, you can play the rhythm and it will not start. So it really makes it a little different. Otherwise, when you would touch, let's just say, a C chord, no matter what, it's going to start that rhythm again. Would that help?
Yes.
Okay, try it. You'll see the difference right away. It sort of bypasses the whole idea of start stop, but it's a fun one. Any other hands up there? Okay, I got all these calls last time I did it. Nobody was sure. Okay, well, I'm here if we have questions. Robert, do you have some things you'd like to say in here? Oh, I'm sorry, Elizabeth, what can I answer for you?
Actually, Elizabeth Lyons has a question.
Yes, I just see that.
If you select with your foot switches to do the diminished, then
Yes.
when you go to a different song, you have to reset your foot switches.
That is correct.
You-
Otherwise, it's going to stay the way you set it until you either hit reset or until you turn it off.
So you could do diminished on one foot or one side and light show on the other foot.
You
Okay.
could do that. And if you have pedals natural and black, you could have something completely different, both on the
I
natural.
don't. I have
Which instrument do you have?
I have the performer.
Okay. So, yes. And as a matter of fact, you could, for example, put diminished on your touch bar and put two other things on your kick switches if you chose to do that.
Okay.
You only have a single touch bar, but you could put anything. You could put the light show on there. You could put anything you wanted in addition to whatever you would have on the kick switches.
Thank you.
You're more than welcome. Somebody else have a question? That's what I thought. Gail, did you have a question?
I have a question.
Okay.
I have a Royale, and I was wondering, I maybe missed it or maybe you haven't covered it yet. I want to set the touch bars, and again, the question is, if I set the touch bars one time, will it follow me from song to song?
It will until you turn it off.
Until I turn the organ off?
Correct.
So when I power it up next time, it's not going to be there.
That is correct. But you get quick at it. You go page 9, bam, 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 and the next thing you know, it's set up and you're ready to go again. If you had an instrument that had my settings, you could save it so at any time you would just touch one or two, and that would be the way it would be set up for you. This instrument has that, for example.
Well, maybe my next organ will have that.
Call me.
Thank you very kindly.
You're more than welcome. Anybody else? Remember, when you ask a question, you're answering questions for people who aren't asking the question. So feel free, please. Annette?
Right.
I'm sorry.
It's me, Inez.
Inez, go ahead.
Okay, going back to what the gentleman just asked. So if you have my setting and you want to leave everything that you just did, do you go set one and that sets it?
That's well, you get everything set up the way you want it to be.
Right.
So,
right.
what instrument do you have?
A symphony?
Okay, great. So you would set it up exactly how you want everything to be, down to and including whether you want the lights on, everything you want.
Okay.
And set that, and then hit set 1 or set 2, whichever you prefer. You can do that, including a rhythm style if you like. If you always like to start off with something so that you can have fun with it and go. There you go.
So is there any indication on here that says that it's set? I just click set 1 and nothing else happened. So that's it?
Well, pretty much. Did you clear it out before you set it? Because otherwise what you're doing is you're adding on to whatever you had there.
Oh, okay.
Does that make sense? So you can empty it first, then go back in and set exactly what you want on there. And again, we're here. Your personal assistant will be happy to walk you through any part of
Yeah.
this.
Okay, thanks.
You're more than welcome. Anybody else? No? Okay, Robert?
Well, good morning. Good morning. Or good afternoon. Good evening, wherever you're at. Eric's going to play a little closing number for today. Real quick, I wanted to make sure you're all aware of this, but on next month, we are going to have the product feature class, and not starting next week, the following week. So on let me look at the calendar here. Starting the week of the 9th. So on the 9th to 10th, 16th, Monday, Tuesday, we have all the different product feature classes for the different products. Starting on the 9th, all of the product feature classes, and keep in mind, we have all of the product feature classes are geared to specific models, okay? But we are going to, for 1 month, we are going to cater those product feature classes around Christmas and holiday music. So what's going to happen is when we have, let's say, an easy series class, everything that's taught in that class is going to be geared for settings and features wrapped around Christmas music on those models. When we get back around to the SU series class, that class is going to be geared on features and sounds and things that have to give you setups for holiday music. And traditionally in the past, we've typically done what's called a music camp, or we did it in a day. We try to cater it to multiple models. So what we're going to do is we have 8 different product feature classes for 8 different groups of models of instruments. Each one of those is going to be catered to those instruments wrapped around Christmas music and settings. So if you have an SU series, don't miss it. If you have an A series, don't miss it. Those 2 classes kind of work hand in hand. So you want to come to both, that's great, et cetera, et cetera. That's number 1. This Friday, we're going to have, you probably saw the announcement, we're going to have a Zoom musical featuring your staff. And this isn't going to be your typical Zoom musical. We have about 5 or 6 of your staff members that are all going to perform some music in the spirit of Halloween. And it's not going to be just your traditional corny Halloween music. I actually have some really great selections that Carrie has chosen so far. I've got Don's short set list. It's going to be a really fun time. We thought it'd be a lot of fun too. If you're there, you have a costume you want to wear it. If you wear a costume, you may be eligible to win a very, very special virtual prize. That's all I'll tell you. Okay. But nonetheless, it'll be a fun afternoon. Also keep in mind starting Sunday, the time changes. So we're going to make some adjustments on our schedule. So it was hard enough getting everybody on track with a 3-hour and a 2-hour and this and that. And then starting Sunday, it's going to get all goofed up again because the time changes. Arizona does not change, by the way. So anyway, we'll have some fun with that. So that's my quick announcements for today. We're going to leave it to Mr. Eric to finish off with a superb finale, grand finale performance that is going to outdo Marco Mendez, Don, Joni, all of us wrapped to one. Boy, that talk about pressure. You better play Marianne because none of us play Marianne like you do.
Not a bad idea. Does that mean I'm ready? Just for fun, I'm going to do that.
I talked a little bit that I, but the guys.
Well, there you
Very
go.
good.
How was that for a grand finale?
Beautiful.
Phantom of the Marianne, everybody. Phantom of the Marianne.
The Phantom
What's
of
your
the
idea? I'm
Marianne.
glad I did it.
Understand where they're coming from. Most of the people could hardly find
Well,
one.
let's give you a big round of applause. I will post the video tonight and I will put the link in the description to download the 2 attachments. If you
Waste of time.
talk to you later.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye.